My name is Sarah Lyon. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm a registered yoga teacher, and I'm here today to bring you a chair yoga class. Some of you may know me from Monday night yoga classes over at the West Regional Library. I've been teaching that Monday night class for years up until COVID, and then of course it got canceled. So I've been missing that class. I've been missing all of you. So I'm hoping that we can all kind of get back to regular yoga class, but I wanted to start with some chair yoga. For personal reasons, I've had bilateral knee replacements, so both my knees are brand new. I'm about 4 months into my recovery, and during last year when they, for those of you that know the saga of my knees, they were scheduled to do the surgery in August, and then they canceled the surgery because insurance, and then it rescheduled. But during that time, I have also injured my shoulders. So I'm a mess. But we show up with what we have to work with. And I figured if I could still teach with all of this going on, it might be more accessible to those of you that may have never tried yoga, those of you that want to deepen your practice with breath exercises and more alignment and more meditation than the regular asana practice that you do. Whatever it may be, we're here to practice some chair yoga. So a couple of things to keep in mind. I do recommend having a mat underneath your chair, or a rug or something, so that your chair is stable and it won't slip around. Trying to find a chair that doesn't have the armrests so that they're not in your way in case we want to twist on the chair. And then no shoes are necessary. Make sure you're comfortable. And let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start a little bit of music. Hopefully it won't be too distracting while I'm speaking, but a lot of times it just helps me kind of get into that connection. Mind, body, breath is our connection in yoga, and learning how to take our attention inward. So I like to teach breath as a way to communicate between the mind and the body. Getting started, plant your feet in front of you, making sure that your knees are over your ankles. Spread your toes out wide and feel through all 4 corners of the sole of your foot. Maybe press a little bit into the ground with your feet, tuck your tailbone underneath you, and then just pull the navel into the spine as you relax your shoulders down. Placing one hand on your belly and placing the other hand on your chest. Close your eyes and just take a few deep, slow breaths in and out. Paying attention to where your breath naturally wants to go. Maybe even noticing as you're paying attention to the breath that the spine starts to change. Just coming back to that nice, long, straight spine. A few more deep breaths just to analyze your habits, your patterns of breath before we start to grow and change our habits or our patterns with our breath. Noticing where you're starting, noticing what it feels like, and accepting yourself in whatever form you're showing up in. I've got one hand on my belly here, and it's not feeling like it used to feel 10 years ago. But if you can graciously sort of go, you know what, this is what I have to work with, and this is where change begins, not where we think we should be. One more big breath in, and exhale. Breathing in through the nose. You can exhale out through the mouth or out through the nose, but using your nose as a filter to breathe the air in. Paying attention to where you're sending your breath. This time, try and expand your belly like a big balloon with each inhale. Filling up all of the lungs, pushing the diaphragm down as you make space. Exhale the air out, sighing it out, hawing it out, any way that you want to get the breath out. Relax the shoulders. Another big breath, send it to your belly. And then exhale. Let's do 3 more like that. Filling up the belly like a balloon, big breath in. Exhale, squeeze every last drop of air out, pulling the navel in towards the spine. Tuck the tailbone down to the chair, relax the shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale slowly. Last one, big breath in, expand the belly. And you may be taking 3 or 4 breaths to each one of mine. I've been doing this for 20 years, so be where you are, just practicing your breath, practicing big breath, pulling the navel into the spine. And then slowly relax your hands down by your side, facing your palms forward. See if you can rotate your biceps out, and it kind of wants to send your chest forward. Rein it in just a little bit, line up your spine, and we're going to inhale both arms straight up over your head. And with my shoulder pain, it is a little intense, so just go where you're comfortable. If it's here, maybe it's just here. Maybe you're pulling your arms all the way up alongside your ears. And then pull your shoulders down towards the chair. Tuck the tailbone so that you're activating the core strength in your body. One more big breath in here. And then we're going to exhale, reach our hands forward. Taking your left hand, place it on the outside of the right knee, and then swinging your right hand behind you. You can grab the chair wherever you feel comfortable, even pressing the hand into the back of the chair if you're sitting forward on the tip of the chair. If you're sitting back into the chair, maybe it's just a subtle twist. Taking a deep breath in, belly forward. And on the exhale, using the leverage to twist through the spine, carrying your chin out over your right shoulder. And then breathe into that twisted spine. Maybe wiggle around the sit bones a little bit to figure out where that twist is. Pulling that left knee back and shifting the right knee forward so they're in line with one another. One more big breath. And then exhale, slowly unwind. Bringing your hands down to either side, palms face forward. Inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale, reaching your arms slowly forward, consciously moving with your breath. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, heel of the left hand into the chair. Grabbing the chair where you feel comfortable, whichever works for you, taking a big belly breath forward, and then exhale. Pressing both shoulders down as you lift the spine up through the crown of the head. One more big breath in, and exhale, slowly coming back, bringing both arms out to the side. And if you'll notice how slow and steady my movements are, because it's intentional, I'm trying to practice lifting your hands up so that they're right out from your shoulders. I'm trying to practice that meditation of consciously moving. Taking the thumbs and roll them back to the wall behind you. Notice your spine while you're holding your arms out in space. Sometimes you're going to want to try and adjust it a little bit. Tucking the tailbone down into the chair, pulling the navel into the spine, wrapping the core structure around the spine to hold the spine in space as you work the arms. Maybe wiggling the fingers a little bit to distract you from the intensity of holding your arms in space for one more big breath. And then exhale. Shake out your arms, let them go. Maybe shake out your head a little bit. Relax through the shoulders, taking another deep breath in. And then just place your hands wherever they're comfortable. If you want to rest them on your thighs or your knees, figuring out where your shoulders are, wiggle them around. Take another big breath in. And then exhale. Bringing your attention into your neck and shoulders, working your chin in towards your chest. Deep breath in. And then exhale, slowly roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Another big breath. Exhale the chin down towards center. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly work the left ear towards the left shoulder. Notice where your spine is. I'll always come back to the attention in the spine, holding your body in space. Exhale, coming back to center. Let me roll the shoulders out a little bit. I'm all about wiggling around in your body, feeling where you need to be. Taking the right ear towards the right shoulder. And slowly coming back to center. Working the left ear over to the left shoulder. Feel the length all along the right side of the body. Slowly bringing your chin back to center. Let's go ahead and roll a little bit more of our body to the side. Feeling the stretch on the left side of your body. And then slowly rolling slightly forward, coming into a little bit of a forward fold. And then reaching the spine and the head over to the left. If it feels good, you can stretch the arm out to the side. And then slowly coming back to center. Shifting over to the other side. Making space through the neck, through the shoulders, feeling the difference. Coming back to center. One more to the left. You can always keep your eyes closed, just follow my voice, bringing your attention inside, coming back to center, opening your eyes as needed, slowly roll up. Coming back to that seated position, grab where you feel comfortable. If they're along the sides, maybe still just keeping your hands on your thighs. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, pull the chest forward, and look up. Press the shoulders open, maybe squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then slowly, there's a bunch of breaths going in and out of the body as you're trying to figure out where you are in space, rounding the shoulders down, working your forehead towards your knees if that feels good. Maybe even releasing the grip and relaxing the hands down towards the ground. Letting the head be heavy, maybe even shake it out a little, yes and no. Big breath. Press the belly into the thighs and expand the rib cage along the back body, breathing into that compression for one more breath. And slowly coming back up. Grab where you feel comfortable. Inhale, lift your heart, open your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then on the exhale, bow forward. Maybe even the grip on the chair can help you reach your chest out over the thighs and then round down. Letting your arms drop down towards the floor. Relax the head. Relax the neck, maybe shake it out a little bit. Expand the back with each breath. One more big breath in. And exhale. Slowly roll up, just noticing the spine, stacking the vertebrae, one on top of the other, releasing the head last. Bring your palms facing forward. We're going to inhale the arms again up over our heads. And then exhale the hands to a T. This time we're going to roll our thumbs forward, but keeping the biceps facing up. So you're not trying to hunch your shoulders. You're trying to press the shoulders back as you spiral the energy through the arms, pointing the thumbs down towards the floor. Hang out here for just a minute. You can add a little extra by just lifting up one knee and then the other. Maybe even just going back and forth a little bit as you're hanging out in space. Sending energy out through the fingertips. Trying to lift the legs from your center. Imagine the belly lifting the leg up. I mean, those muscles are in there too, but paying attention to where the belly lifts up through the leg. One more big breath. Last leg lift. And exhale. Shake it out, let it go. Shake out your shoulders. Shake out your arms. Shake out your legs. So this time we're going to go back to the leg lifts, and it might help to hold on a little bit, wherever you feel comfortable holding on. This time we're going to lift the right leg up, and you may stay here, or if it feels good, to slowly extend the leg forward. Planting the left foot into the ground to hold and extend that leg in space. I had forgotten what my quads feel like. I'm remembering them now. One more breath in. And exhale, bending through the knee. And setting the right foot down. Other side, picking up the left. Find all that core strength and imagine the movement and the motion and the extension of the leg starting here in your core. Extending the left leg if you'd like. Holding it in space. I always distract myself a little bit by twiddling. Maybe my foot goes round and round. One more big breath. Exhale. Bend the knee and set it down. Coming up onto the tippy toes. Taking a big breath in. Shake it out a little bit. Exhale. Press the heels down. Finding that small, little, tiny movement intentionally. Maybe even pulling the feet towards you without moving the feet, but just activating the muscles by pulling the feet just a little bit towards you. And then come up onto the tippy toes and down. All of these movements can be as difficult or as easy as you would like. If I'm squeezing my inner thighs together, squeezing my glutes underneath me, pulling the navel into the spine, hugging all my muscles in around my bones, then this posturing is more activated. I can also just be like chill in my body, lifting up my feet and my toes. It all just depends on where you would like to play around with your own experience in this class today. And then slowly bring the heels back down. We're going to do that leg lift part one more time. Picking up your right leg. Staying here or extending it forward. All the physical therapy I got after my knee surgeries. My physical therapist would be very proud of me holding my leg out in space like this. It's been a long haul. One more big breath here. And then exhale, bending the knee and slowly lowering that foot down. Picking up your left leg. Relax the shoulders. Hold it all in. Breathe big breaths around that hold as you extend the left leg forward. Last big breath here. Exhale, bend the knee. Slowly relax, both down. This is my feet doing the cat paw thing when they're kneading the floor. Making just a little bit of room in the body. Wiggle around a little bit. Bring your arms out to the side. Last big inhale up, overhead. And then exhale. Slow, lower it down. And we're going to shift to standing. So finding your way up to standing, however you want to get here. All right, everybody, welcome to standing. Take a few minutes to just find a standing posture, one that's comfortable. If balance helps, you've got your chair here where you can just kind of hold on. And then just like we did sitting, figure out where your feet are and spread the feet evenly through all four corners of the sole of your foot. Maybe even imagine growing roots into the ground, what it feels like to press deeply into the floor. And as you press deeply into the floor, it'll activate the muscles through the legs. You can even imagine if you are hooked in through your heel and hooked in through your big toe and through the ball of the foot, maybe even the muscles could spiral up around the legs and shifting the energy up. Tuck the tailbone, which just activates the muscles through the belly and the core, shifting the energy up and out through the top of the head. Slightly tuck in that chin. We are actually going for that double chin look because the back of the neck will be a little bit longer. And again, I rotate my palms forward because that opens my heart forward in that sort of open, receiving posture. We're posturing emotional intentions just as much as we are physically becoming in tune with our body. So feeling the shoulders open, the heart open, the belly strong, tucking the sit bones underneath you so the length of your body pulls energy up out of the ground. You can lift your arms up, overhead, and exhale. Slowly work your arms all the way down. You can bring your hands to heart center just as an intention in between, pressing the thumbs into the sternum. Take a catch breath here. Maybe even squeezing the inner thighs together. The knees are micro bent so that you're not locking the knees out behind you. And then we're going to do that again. Inhale, working your arms all the way out, up. You can bring your gaze towards the ceiling if that feels good to you. Few breaths in and out here. Tuck the tailbone underneath you, lengthen the spine. One more big breath. And then exhale. Swan dive like you're swan diving, but don't go anywhere. Arms all the way open, down and around, coming back to heart center if you'd like. Last big one. Inhale. And we're not going to stay here. We're going to exhale. Arms all the way back, down and around. Pausing with intention. Accepting where we are in this moment. and creating that intention for change, growth, vitality, all those wonderful things that yoga brings. Relationship with our mind, body, breath. And then dropping your hands, we're going to shift the chair so that it is facing you on your mat. And then you're going to step your feet maybe a little less than a foot away from your chair so that you can bring your hands down to the base of the chair, maybe grabbing the outside, or if you've got a really flat chair, you can just flatten your hands onto the chair. Make sure your feet are hip distance. They're right underneath your hips. Micro bend to those knees. And then we're going to work a little bit of a flat spine. So you're shifting your bum out behind you, pressing some weight into your hands to feel where that flat spine is to start. And then inhale, round the spine, up towards the ceiling, tuck under the chin. And just follow your breath. Inhale, flat spine. Maybe even looking forward a little bit, activating the quads. Exhale. Inhale, flatten your spine, look forward. And you can always do opposite breathing. Exhaling as you look forward, inhaling as you round the spine, maybe even playing around with that a little bit to see what feels best to you. Noticing where you can make big round circles through the shoulder as you transition from a rounded spine to a flat spine. And let's do 3 more. Big, huge breath, intentionally slow with the movement. Expanding the lung capacity, creating that relationship with your breathing so that you can use it when you need it to calm down, to regulate your nervous system. Last one, just for good measure. Nice rounded spine. And then come back to that neutral spine. Plant your hands where you feel comfortable. Take a big step back. And you're going to shift your weight just over your heels as you walk your hands or slide your hands forward to where you feel comfortable. You may make it maybe this far today, and that's totally fine. Micro bend to the knees, protecting your joints, sliding your hands forward. Maybe someday this posture here can transition into down dog. You're working your head between your upper arms. You're spreading your shoulders out wide as you're shifting the sit bones to the wall behind you, eventually up towards the ceiling. Arms are active. Big, deep breaths, helping your body practice the discomfort that's inherent in all the asana, the yoga postures. One more big breath in. And then exhale, bend through the knees deeply. Shift your weight back over your feet. Drop your hands towards the floor. Maybe your hands are just on your shins, wherever you are. Relax the head towards the ground. Maybe even wiggle around a little bit if it's comfortable, shifting, bending the knees one at a time. Shake your head out, yes and no. And then slowly, with control, releasing your head last. Then just shake it out a little bit, let it go. Aiming your gaze at your chair, bringing the left foot directly underneath you so that when you step forward, your feet are relatively in line with one another. You're going to reach down and grab your chair and maybe take another step a little bit further behind you. Wiggling that back foot back just enough to make sure that the knee stays over the ankle. Just showing off my scar. Making sure that your knee is over your ankle and you're holding onto the chair for support. And then see if you can shift the right hip back and square the left hip forward, squeezing the inner thighs together to hold yourself here in a supported crescent lunge. To intensify, you just bend the back knee, maybe straighten it back up. We'll just do a couple more. Bend the back knee if you'd like. Straighten it back up. Last one. Open the heart forward, coming back up. To come out, you just kind of pick up the toe, slide it forward until you can step the left foot next to the right. Pick up your right foot, and you'll take it as far back as you're comfortable. Maybe you'll wig it back a little bit more. To find a little bit more depth and strengthening, you'll send that foot way back behind you. Maybe a yardstick distance between your left heel and toes. Shifting the hips down to where you feel like you can hold on, but it's still effort. Pulling that left hip back as you roll the right hip forward, squaring your hips, bracing yourself on your chair, and then add the knee if you'd like. Bending the right knee down and straighten. Use your breath. It can help sustain the effort. Creating that relationship, open your heart forward. Last dip with the right knee if you'd like. And then exhale. To come out, lift the hips up. And we're going to step the left foot back to where you can come into kind of a plank. Shifting the hips forward. The weight is over the hands. And just stay here for a moment or two, taking a few deep breaths. This is a modified plank. You are getting that upper strength. If it's too much, just step forward. You're leaning on your arms. If you want to intensify, step back. Shift your hips. And imagine that modified push-up position. One more big breath. Exhale. Shift your hips back over your heels and see if you can bow your head forward between the upper arms. Two more big breaths in. Exhale slowly. Big breath in. Exhale. Taking little steps. Walk your feet forward. Coming back up to your chair. Bend the knees deeply, placing your forearms on top of the chair. Coming into a forward fold, but supportive. So wherever you feel like you can shift your hips. Maybe bending one knee at a time. Shake your head out, yes. And no. Melt a little bit into your frame. Last deep breath here. Shift your weight over your feet so that you can slowly roll all the way up to standing. Releasing the shoulders last. Shake it out. Let it go. And we're going to come back to seated. So grabbing your chair. I mean, obviously you're not in front of a camera, so you really don't have to spend a lot of time shifting your chair around. You can just sit down. And then I will come back to seated. Welcome back to seated. So again, you can sit wherever you're comfortable. If you want to sit right here at the edge of your chair, planting your sit bones. If it's more comfortable to sit back and you have the back of your chair to lean against, wherever you feel like you can relax into your body. So spending a little bit of time now to just settle in, maybe shake out the last little bit of whatever feels tense or resistant. And then we're going to take a couple of minutes to really focus inward and just close your eyes, bringing your attention into your breath. We're not going to manipulate the breath so much, those big, huge, expanded breathing. Just relax your breath. Let it come back to normal. And we're going to take just a couple of minutes to really scan through the body. So I'd like you to start at your feet and maybe again lean forward just a little bit to really press your feet into the ground as if you're pushing your feet down through mud, and you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing your feet down through the mud to find the bottom. Take a big breath. Exhale. Relax. Relax through the legs, relax through your knees, through the toes, just letting everything kind of mush into that warm mud. And then placing your hands on your thighs, squeeze your glutes up underneath you, squeezing all your strength together to kind of lift yourself up off the chair, pulling the navel in towards the spine, getting everything nice and squished and tight for one more breath. And then exhale, just relax and let it go. I'm going to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears, squeezing everything together as if you're a turtle and you are hiding in your shell, getting everything all squished up, and then relax. Exhale, let your shoulders down, wiggle your neck around just a little bit. Reaching your hands forward, you're going to squeeze your hands into fists as if you're squeezing all the juice out of 2 lemons. And holding and squeezing every last drop out, taking one more big breath, and exhale. Drop your hands to your thighs, and just let your body relax completely. Last little bit, we're going to scrunch our faces together, squeezing our nose, squeezing our lips in tight, everything squishing up. Like that sour lemon face, we just drank all the water or the lemon juice out of the lemons we just squeezed, and taking that last big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Maybe even open your eyes, wiggle your eyes around the room a little bit, and then shutting the eyes, coming back to center, relaxing completely. Noticing your breath move in and out of the body. Taking a moment to let go, to feel grounded and present in your body, in your mind. Learning to to use your breath as a translator between your body and your mind. So that sometimes when the thoughts start racing or they're just too slow and you can't quite get them moving, letting your breath tie your mind into your physical body and feeling your physical body present in the moment, safe, strong, comfortable, resilient, so that struggles, and they will come, become more of an invitation to explore yourself further than something that scares us or makes us feel like we can't handle it. And always coming back to being present in your mind, your body, and your breath. And we can end class by bringing hands together if you'd like, pressing the back of the thumbs into the sternum, centering, connecting, grounding in to our heart center. And if you choose, you're welcome to work your hands up, taking the back of the thumbs and pressing them into the space between the brows, settling that connection within ourselves. And if you choose, one last big breath in, sealing your practice today, bowing forward. Namaste. May the light in me recognize and see the light in all of you. And have a wonderful week. Until next time.